Good afternoon. You've reached Miss D's channel. And today we're going to talk about my packing for my upcoming trip to Chicago. As you know, Chicago's temperature runs from 35 to 60 during this period of the year. It's not spring, but it's not winter either. But it is a little chilly at times. So you have to, I have to pack in layers. I try to pack in such a way so that I don't have to take a large suitcase, because I don't believe in having large suitcases. I don't know if you remember that from my last trip when I went to Europe. I always carry just a carry-on. That's how I travel. I travel the world with a carry-on. So the idea is that travel light, and if you need something where you're going, you just buy it. I mean, you just buy it. Keep it light. So, but in any event, we're going to go to Chicago in a couple of weeks or so. And this trip, we're going to be traveling by train from California to Chicago. Now, that's 2.5 days, so it's going to be grand. The majority of my trip is going to be on the train. I will be bringing you some reports on my experiences in the train. Some of you have already traveled by train, but some haven't. And I love traveling by train, as you know, because when I was in Europe, we traveled a lot by train. So I look forward to going to Chicago in a few days. Well, in a couple of weeks, excuse me. So let's get to this. Now, as you can see, I have very little things that I'm going to be taking. First of all, I'm going to be in Chicago for 2 weeks. So to let you know, give you a little heads up. And as you can see, I have a thick sweater there. That's for those real cold days. And I have my underwear there. And then there are the 2 pair of pants. Also, I have my scarf there, because as you know, it is going to be a little chilly at times. I have a couple of blouses, 3 to be exact, so that I can layer, of which these 2 here, these 2 right here, will be layered. Then I have my underwear here, my other underwear. Take very little of that because, see, I can wash at my daughter's house. Then there are my hats. I have to have hats because, as you know, I have a bald head. I have a bald head, so I'm very particular about my head. I have to cover it because I don't want it to get too much sun. Then I have a small bag here. That's my daytime bag. Well, not that I'm going out at night, but, my daytime bag. At the bottom here, I'm going to show you my shoes that I wear. Now, being that it's not snowing, I don't have to take boots this time. When I went to Europe, I took boots, because I wasn't sure of the weather that it was going to be. But since it's not snowing, and I don't anticipate it snowing there in Chicago at this time, I'm going to take my slides there to the left. And then I have a pair of tennis. Walking around shoes all day because I'm going to be touring a little bit this time. Then I have my slides. My bedroom shoes that I'm going to take. Now, also, there are going to be some other things that I'm going to take, of which I'll share in a moment. Now, you see that I've added a couple of things to this. I've added my shaver for my head, and that's the Remington. I love that shaver. I've tried others, but for this bald head of mine, that one does the best. And then I have this clear bag here. Now I want to talk a little bit about this clear bag. I bought a clear bag because when I'm flying, it's important that they're able to see through things. You know, when I'm at the airport, although they can see through everything anyway with, you know, the tools that they use. But I like to be able to have that so that in the event they do want to go into my bag, they'll be able to see, just literally see. They don't have to rummage through my bag. This little clear bag, I carry all my medications. Now, I don't know if you remember that film that I made a week or so ago about things that we seniors sometimes forget. But this bag is very important to me because I keep my money in that bag, and also I have my toiletries in this bag, and all my medications go in this bag, which is very, very important. Yeah, very, very important. On top of that, I usually have a bag, a small bag, that I have all my electronics that are in, you know, for my phone, my electronic things for my phone, my batteries, for my camera, you know. So that is another little tiny bag that I usually have. Okay, now we're all packed. Everything that I showed you earlier is in that suitcase, my July suitcase. And I'm not sure if you notice how small it is. It's very small. I like a small suitcase. This is the smallest that they have, I think. But I usually travel with my July suitcase, and then I have my other small tote bag, of which has all my medications, all of my wires, my shaver for my head, my book. Well, yeah, I'm a I write also, but I have all of those things in that black bag you see there. So this holds me over for 2 weeks. Actually 3 weeks. I could make it last even longer than that. Has my medication and everything in there. So I don't forget anything. You know, some people say, well, you pack too early. I mean, why are you packing so early? So that I don't forget anything. That's the answer to that. And anyone asks you, why are you packing so early? So that you won't forget anything. It's important. It's important that you take all of the things that you need on your vacation so that once you get on your vacation, you can relax. You're not worried about anything. You know, oh, I left the lights on. Oh, there's a leak. Oh, I didn't lock the door. Oh, I didn't tell the neighbors. Oh, what about the kids? You know, if you pack early enough and you ease into your trip, there is no slip-ups. You won't have any problems. Where is my ticket? You make sure you have your ticket. My ticket is in that black bag there. You know, my ID is in that black bag. My passport, when I go abroad, is in that black bag there. It's one more thing that I put in my bags. I always have a copy of my passport in my suitcase, the little orange bag there. So, you know, that in the event it does get out of my hands, of which it never does because it's a carry-on, you know, it'll come back to me. Some people put all that information on a little slip on their handle, but I don't want to do that. I don't feel very safe with that. So there you have it. I'm getting ready to go to Chicago. We're getting ready to go to Chicago, rather. And we're going to be going on a train. And we're going to be on that train for 2.5 days. And I will be covering the landscape, be looking out the windows a lot, and I might talk to a couple of people. We'll see. Walking the train, relaxing. I'll do a lot of writing. So that's it. I'll talk to you later.